Known as the Gateway to the West, St. Louis sits on the Mississippi River and is the largest city in Missouri. Once the jumping-off point for explorers heading out to conquer the Wild West, today St. Louis draws adventurers from near and far with its bright lights and impressive assortment of attractions. There are plenty of fun things to do in St. Louis, with sightseeing, dining, and shopping all on the cards. Music runs through the veins of this visionary city, and you'll often hear blues and ragtime beats spilling out onto the streets. So here is the list of 10 best things to do in St. Louis, Missouri. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for the latest upcoming travel videos. Here we go. Number 1. Gateway Arch National Park. You can't make a list of things to do in St. Louis without including Gateway Arch National Park. The Gateway Arch has got to be the most iconic and striking landmark in St. Louis. This awesome 630-foot structure towers above the city, and it stands as the tallest arch in the world. The Gateway Arch is also Missouri's tallest accessible building. It is a brilliant way to gain a 360-degree perspective over the city. You can take a ride up to the top of this stainless steel structure for the ultimate vantage point. And for a quick and interesting Missouri fact, Gateway Arch is actually a designated national park, the country's smallest one. Number 2. St. Louis Forest Park. Forest Park opened in 1876 and has become a prominent attraction for locals and tourists alike, making it one of the best things to do in St. Louis. Often hosting significant events like the 1904 Summer Olympics and the Louisiana Purchase Exposition in 1904, Forest Park features tons of cool attractions. You can visit the St. Louis Zoo, which is a fun activity for the whole family, or climb up Art Hill and have a picnic while admiring the views. Follow the dual path system for either intense workouts or relaxing walks, or attend a local festival or event. This park has a reputation as one of the most stunning urban parks in the world, while being one of the greatest civic treasures in the city, attracting 13 million visitors yearly. Number 3. Missouri Botanical Garden. Spread across 79 acres and home to more than 4,800 trees, the Missouri Botanical Garden delights visitors with displays like the Chinese Garden, the English Woodland Garden, and the 14-acre Japanese Garden, one of the largest in North America. It also honors Dr. George Washington Carver with a garden in his name. Carver, an African-American and Missouri native, was considered a pioneer in 19th and 20th century science, agriculture, and education. Among the garden's viburnums, hydrangeas, and holly trees are a life-size bronze sculpture of Carver. The new visitor center, which opened in August 2022, offers an indoor conservatory featuring Mediterranean plants, along with a dining and shopping area. Experiencing the Botanical Garden is undoubtedly one of the best things to do in St. Louis. Number 4. City Museum. Certain to delight young and old alike, St. Louis City Museum is packed with interesting and unusual things to see and do. Connecting its 5 floors are slides, tunnels, and obstacle courses. The whole museum acts almost like a huge indoor and outdoor playground. Established in downtown West in 1997, it has expanded and evolved enormously to include all kinds of unique art installations. These include the world's largest underwear, a massive metal praying mantis, and a distinctive yellow school bus hanging off the top of the building. Besides exploring the numerous ball pits and climbing up construction cranes, there is a full cave system, circus school, and skate park to try out. Number 5. St. Louis Zoo. Home to over 12,000 animals, the much-loved St. Louis Zoo is the favorite haunt of younger visitors. Spend the day making new friends as you stroll around the grounds. There's everything from elephants and armadillos to polar bears and pumas waiting to welcome you into their realm. Of course, the king of the jungle is the star of the show, so don't miss swinging by his enclosure. Want to get up close and personal? Then take one of the immersive behind-the-scenes tours and find out what it's like to be a zookeeper for the day. You'll get to meet the penguins, feed the giant tortoises, and take selfies with sea lions. Even better, it's free to visit the zoo, so you can come as many times as you like during your stay. Number 6. Busch Stadium, the home stadium of the professional Major League team, the St. Louis Cardinals. The Busch Stadium is an enigmatic stadium featuring 61 luxury suites, 3,706 club suites, and 44,494 seating capacity. Situated in downtown St. Louis, the stadium presents a retro style that welcomes around 4 million fans and climbs each season. The Busch Stadium's home team, the St. Louis Cardinals, became the first team in nearly a century to win a World Series championship during the inaugural season of a new ballpark. Since 2011, the St. Louis Cardinals have played 61 playoff games, breaking the record. And you can see this top MLB team play at the Busch Stadium, surrounded by roaring fans and a thrilling atmosphere. Number 7. Grant's Farm. 20 minutes drive from the city center, the peaceful and picturesque Grant's Farm feels a world away from the hustle and bustle of downtown. Once the private property of Civil War General and U.S. President Ulysses S. Grant, it is now preserved as a wildlife park. Hundreds of animals roam freely about the historic estate. On tram rides through the expansive grounds, visitors can see camels, elephants, buffalo, and deer. There are also petting zoos and paddocks full of barnyard animals. As well as stroking and feeding some of the farm's cute critters, you can enjoy a picnic, watch a live bird show, or explore some of its historic buildings. A fun day out for all the family. Grant's Farm is particularly special to visit around Christmas when the houses, trees, and gardens are magically lit up by thousands of twinkling fairy lights. Number 8. The St. Louis Art Museum. An enigmatic structure in Forest Park, the St. Louis Art Museum is one of the top art museums in the United States, featuring cultural objects, ancient masterpieces, and more. Over 500,000 people visit this art museum a year for its world-renowned collection that boasts over 34,000 objects that span over 5,000 years of culture and history. The museum was founded in 1879 and has since gone on to impact millions of lives since its establishment. The St. Louis Art Museum began with a collection of assorted plaster casts and electrotype reproductions in its beginning years and now, in the present, shares original works of art that span 5 millennia and 6 continents, making the museum the best of its kind. Number 9. St. Louis Science Center. Looking for inspiring things to do in St. Louis with the kids? The Science Museum and Planetarium in Forest Park will have them enthralled for hours. This is a chance to immerse yourself in the exhibits and learn more about our fascinating planet. Open your eyes and minds with a spin around the 700 exhibits here at the St. Louis Science Center. There are live science shows too, where fire and electricity will ignite your curiosity. Watch open-mouthed as you learn about the dinosaurs of Antarctica in the Omnimax Theater and discover new constellations in the Twinkling Star Show. Meanwhile, budding pilots can take to the skies in the flight simulator and pull off aerial stunts like a pro. Number 10. Cathedral Basilica of St. Louis. Just a couple of blocks east of the picturesque park is yet another of the most beautiful buildings in town, the breathtaking Cathedral Basilica of St. Louis. While it exhibits extraordinary Neo-Byzantine architecture, the church is most known for the majestic mosaics that coat its interior. Designated a basilica by Pope John Paul II in 1997, the colossal cathedral, with its chapels and crypt, is just over 100 years old. While its phenomenal facade is flanked by 2 bell towers, its defining external feature is the enormous green dome that tops it. Inside, however, is the real showstopper. More than 41 million colorful tiles cover almost every available surface. One of the largest mosaics in the Western Hemisphere, it depicts religious figures and biblical scenes. The Angel of Harmony statue outside is another key attraction. Number 11. Missouri History Museum. Another gem in the ever-popular Forest Park. There's a bit of a theme going on here. Is the splendidly curated Missouri History Museum. It's one of the top things to do in St. Louis for anyone interested in charting the heritage of the city from its founding in 1764 to the present day. The building itself is worthy of a visit and was opened in 1913 as the first national monument to Thomas Jefferson. As you enter the Grand Hall, look up and admire the monoplane suspended from the ceiling. This is the sister of the Spirit of St. Louis, which was flown by Charles Lindbergh on the first solo transatlantic flight. There are baseball exhibits, displays about the 1904 World Fair, and presentations about life on the Mississippi River too. Number 12. The Magic House. Spending a day playing and learning in the eccentric atmosphere of the Magic House is every child's dream. It's one of the most talked about things to do in St. Louis when it comes to family activities in the city. The house itself is striking, with Victorian architecture and mystical gardens to draw you in. Once you've stepped through the front door, however, you'll find yourself in a world of make-believe and fun. Exhibits here are educational and entertaining, with child development at the heart of it all. Travel to the Taj Mahal in Bollywood for a cultural experience with a visit to Namaste, India, or design aqueducts at the waterfall patio. Creative souls can get inventive in the art studio too. There's honestly something for everyone here. Number 13. Fabulous Fox Theater. First opened in 1929 as a movie palace, the Fabulous Fox Theater is one of the most exquisite venues in the country to enjoy a Broadway show. Its interior is decadently decorated with amazing Asian motifs, glittering ornamentation, and gigantic pillars surrounding the huge stage. Located in the Grand Center Arts District in Midtown, it is instantly recognizable by its extravagant, Alhambra-esque exterior. As soon as you enter its grand lobby, you know that you're in for a show as crimson and gold decorations make it look like a magnificent Buddhist monastery. With superb views guaranteed from any seat in the amphitheater, the Fabulous Fox is a must-visit for a show, with concerts and comedy nights also regularly taking place. Number 14. Laumeier Sculpture Park. If you are interested in seeing yet more intriguing artworks, be sure to head to the Laumeier Sculpture Park. Set 20 minutes drive southwest of downtown, it has around 70 large-scale outdoor sculptures, with hiking trails and an indoor gallery also on offer. Founded in 1975, its gorgeous green spaces and wide-open areas are now dominated by all kinds of eclectic art installations, as well as strange shapes and silhouettes. There is a giant eyeball and huge deer, plus other thought-provoking pieces and colorful creations. Notable artists who contributed works include Beverly Pepper, Mary Miss, and Vito Aconci. Even if you're not into art, it still is a pretty place to wander about and explore. The park also sometimes hosts concerts and community events. Number 15. National Museum of Transportation. According to the Smithsonian, the National Museum of Transportation has one of the largest and best collections of transportation vehicles in the world. With 190 rail and transportation exhibits, this is the place for train enthusiasts. Highlights of the collection include the Boston Providence Railroad Daniel Nason, one of the oldest steam locomotives in the U.S., the Big Boy No. 4006 Union Pacific steam locomotive, one of the world's largest steam locomotives, and the U.S. Army Air Force Douglas aircraft C-47 Aguni Bird, which is believed to have been used in the U.S. invasion of Normandy in 1944. In addition to the displays, there are also gardens, a miniature train, a trolley, and an interactive transportation-themed play and educational area designed for children ages 5 and younger. According to recent visitors, the National Museum of Transportation appeals to both young and old. Some reviewers enjoyed the history lesson that the museum provided, while others, particularly families, gravitated to the hands-on activities and the tram and train rides. Number 16. Enterprise Center St. Louis. When it's not hosting your favorite sports teams, the Enterprise Center transforms from a sporting arena to a concert stadium, and it's one of St. Louis' top sports and major events venues. Home of the St. Louis Blues, the previous Scott Trade Center was renamed to the Enterprise Center in 2018, and the professional ice hockey team plays their home matches here on the rink. Equipped with a seating capacity of 18,096, when it's the National Hockey League game time or a mega concert, you have the option of booking seats inside one of the theater boxes or premium VIP suites for the best and most comfortable views in the house. When ice hockey isn't the main event, the arena is also utilized for basketball matches and even pro wrestling. See the stars from WWE Raw, or sing along to your favorite artist or band on tour like John Mayer, for example. Number 17. Anheuser-Busch St. Louis Brewery. As the headquarters and flagship brewing facility for Anheuser-Busch, this is a must-visit for beer drinkers. You can stop by the beer garden to enjoy a pint or two with a side of pub fare from the on-site eatery, or you can sign up for a tour to see more of the complex. Experiences range from the Day Fresh Tour, which takes visitors through the brewing process and includes a visit to the Clydesdale stables, to the Beermaster Tour, which invites participants to sample beer right from the finishing tank and includes stops at the packaging facility and Old Lion Schoolhouse Museum. Most visitors praised the impressive facilities and the beautiful grounds. The Clydesdales were definitely a hit among recent visitors, while others were pleased with the knowledgeable tour guides. Summer travelers are advised timing your visit early or late in the day to avoid the midday heat, since part of the tours take place outside. The last word. So guys, this was the best list of things to do in St. Louis, Missouri. Hope you will like it and appreciate it. People who come to this city are amazed by all of the awesome things there are to do and see. There is no shortage of things to do in St. Louis. With a Midwest charm, the people of St. Louis were some of the friendliest I have come across during my travels across the United States. St. Louis is the largest city in the Great Plains of the United States, and with size comes a myriad of museums, parks, and things to do during your time in St. Louis. Surprisingly, it is very budget-friendly since the locals pay a tax that allows most of the attractions in the city to be free. So, if you love to travel and you want to see the whole world, then Tripoyer is the channel that gives you a list of the best places to visit in the USA. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icons for the latest upcoming travel videos. Bye-bye, see you.